Hi, sweethearts. You know, I keep getting woken up in the middle of the night with a message that says to me, "Oh, you forgot to tell them about this." So here I am telling you again about disability and pain, and at the same time, none of them are in order. I'm just giving you what comes through. It's time. So what I'm supposed to tell you right now is that I have great pain, nerve-ending pain. Nerve pain is awful. It's just no fun at all, and if you focus on it, it makes me nauseous. But what's important to tell you is that I don't suffer. So I would like to explain that difference to you, which is that pain is physical pain, and bodies go through that. But suffering would be if I gave away my joy, if I gave away my peace. And I don't do that. In fact, sometimes I just play with it. For example, if I can't sleep at night because the pain is so intense, I'll say to myself, wow, let's see if we can make this pain any worse. And I imagine it just getting more and more intense until I'm laughing. Or I say to myself, is this feeling that I'm experiencing right now that is keeping me from sleeping, is that a good thing? Because now that I'm awake, I can write my books, or I can talk to the divine, or I can call my friends on the other side of the world who are in day instead of night. But always, I let it be a blessing, and I don't let it take away my joy, because why would I? I chose to come into this body. I chose to come with this nerve pain. So what? It's so small compared to I chose to come into this peace. I chose to come into this joy. And I want that for all of you, not just for nerve pain, no. What if you're going through a divorce? Does it have to take away your joy? Does it have to change your definition of yourself? What if you're going through the loss of a loved one? I thought I would be sad when my husband died, and I'll tell you about that at some point. But instead, I just found gratitude. I found awe that he was no longer in pain. Well, there's nothing that can happen to you, including your own death, isn't designed to take you closer to love. But you have to decide, because if you're still in duality, then there's good and there's bad, and then there's pain and sickness and there's health. But that's not the truth. The deeper truth is that everything that happens to us is to bring us closer and closer to love. So I invite you to love your pain of any sort, and I invite you especially to love your beliefs about yourself that could have caused suffering, and now you're just saying, wow, aren't I brave? Aren't I amazing? Aren't I an ancient old soul who is taking on this learning? So anytime you're suffering, just ask yourself, is this worth giving up my joy for? Thank you, my loves. It never is worth giving up your joy for. And yet, the really cool thing is that you can be human and you can be divine. So if the human part of you wants to hurt, fine, let it hurt. But anytime you want, you can slip over into divinity, where it's all perfect, as you are all perfect.